We're live.
Let's
Good morning.
uplift
Good morning.
America.
Good morning. Good
No.
morning.
Can you stop
Join
that,
the-
please?
Nope.
Gulf.
Shan't.
We don't
Morning,
call it.
Sue.
I don't think we call it the Gulf anymore. The Gulf of Robert.
What's
What?
for breakfast, Sue?
What? Well, yeah. What did you blend up today to eat, Jim?
The Gulf of Rob.
Blueberry smoothie.
Blueberry smoothie.
I got my Grafeo.
You're what?
Joey bought me some Grafeo I haven't picked up yet. He was in San
Nice.
Francisco last week.
What the hell is Grafeo?
It's a bean that I particularly like that's
It's
roasted.
the best coffee in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they say.
For a white guy like me, I like it. It's the best
It's
coffee
really
I've
good. And especially their, I used to always go for their dark, but I really like the dark light blend. And that's all they do in decaf. That's it. They don't have like all these, Rob Walker blends or the wax blends or Record Collector News blend. They just do the
Which
dark
sucks
and
ass.
light.
They should.
No, I think it's dark and light. It's like
They do a Ferrari. They do a Ferrari blend. They will do it.
I think that Ferrari thing they're doing is kind of dumb. Personally, that makes
So
it
do I.
like a little elitist bullshit. I don't like that. But think about this. Okay,
$25.
remember Apple and I used to always compare this years ago of Apple and Sony. You used to go, you order like a Sony computer or a PC, right? And it's always the Sony XBR246-7-A, and there's another version maybe in Europe, right? Apple was just Mac 1, Mac 2, done, or something like that, It was just too many like sub flavors of the PC over like Apple. The simplicity of Apple I always liked, the iPod Crush, the iPod Pequeño, whatever it was, and that was it. Classic.
How about the Newton? Remember the Newton?
Oh yeah. But that bombed. Yeah.
But
that was a start. That was a handwriting thing, right? You kind of.
I had one.
I
bought it in the.
Yeah.
You had a Newton. What did you do with the Newton?
Did you have a Zune? Are you one of those people who had a Zune?
No, I had a Newton though.
What did you do with the Newton?
At the Rodney King fire sale from Sammy's Camera.
Oh, Sammy's. There's a Sammy's Camera in San Francisco too.
I thought they all closed down. All the Sammy's cameras.
I think they did. Finally,
They might have.
Yeah,
that could have happened.
That was a camera chain in the U.S.
Grafeo is like a one-step. It's a premium coffee. Ain't cheap. Do you know the difference? Is it just a different flavor? Is it just
I buy a big giant.
I know you buy Costco, and it's the same
Costco beans, and they're fine.
I don't always buy Grafeo. I only buy it actually 4 times a year, personally, myself. And then,
if I didn't drink so much coffee, I would buy it more regularly.
It's a coffee made from beans that monkeys shit out, Mazzy. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Oh yeah, there's that civet.
Maybe, but that is the Italian roast. They were the first Italian roasteries in San Francisco, like in the 30s or something, way back because the North Beach area of San Francisco was and still is, but it has obviously everything's changed. Was a big Italian district, and it's right next to Chinatown, and a lot of that's where all the cafes opened, the Italian cafes opened up and restaurants. And Grafeo was the first roastery of its kind I think in America, actually, more than before New York, in the same way.
You're sounding like just talking out.
You know what they use?
I am the ambassador of tourism.
They started in the 30s.
They used to, but the problem with the Grafeo is they were kind of mail order nonsense, right?
Well, it wasn't even mail order. It was 2 shops. They have a shop in San Francisco and a shop
in San Rafael.
And in San Rafael. And you can't buy a coffee there. They don't pour or drip or have an espresso machine. They have the one in San Rafael, unless they fix it up, it's kind of a funky place. It has these big plastic bins like those
Uh-huh.
big garbage bins, and they scoop it in front of you, and they load your bag up. That's
What? Huh?
yeah, right there. I mean, it literally right out of the roastery. You know,
I drink Lavazza Super Crema Audiophilia channel.
Yeah.
That's what we use.
you know,
when we're
it's like anything else. It's like
Yeah.
record music and coffee or wine or whatever or cars. It's your taste. You know, it's subjective. And there's
Back in
other
the day,
great
I
coffee.
loved.
It's not the only thing in the world, but you know.
Back in the 80s, I loved 7-Eleven French roast. I thought it was so fancy.
What?
Yeah, you could get,
Yeah.
different 7-Eleven coffees.
You know, just drinking good black coffee is great, but it depends on how you brew it too. I mean, if you're into coffee like that, I tell you, it may be acquired taste, but if you haven't tasted a really good roasted bean or a certain roasted bean, instead something that's been sitting on the shelf for months and through a distributor and already ground, you may not know the difference, or you may taste the difference. You know, it's kind of
There,
like audiophile records on a good hi-fi system. You don't need a good hi-fi system to play music, but when you hear a really nice system, you do hear the difference, whether you
Okay.
buy it or not.
here's let me explain it to you.
Okay, you do.
By
that.
the way, there's a record store in LA, not a great one. It's in Inglewood. Astro, they have a coffee thing inside the record store. The records, but I like the vibe. There are plenty of places, bookstores. There's chains like Barnes and Noble has a Starbucks inside of it. So I've been to places that's fine. But let me explain it to you.
Okay.
It's like coffee is like sushi. I like going. I call it gaudy sushi. Those like the dragon roll, where a Japanese person would punch you in the face, because it's not
Right.
sushi,
Right.
but it's good. It's good. It has all the bells and whistles in it. There's that chain that's opening up all around LA called Dutch Brothers. I don't consider that
They've been
high-end
around.
coffee.
They're up and down Highway 5.
I understand, but they're just opening in LA.
They're okay.
I've been to some, and it's fine. I've had stuff there, but it's not coffee. It's not like the art of coffee. There's that guy. Hey, there's the UK guy who's won Barista of the Year competition, James something, that it would make him crap his pants. But it's fine. But it's not coffee. But it's coffee culture, like sushi. So I'm okay with it. You know, any way to put the coffee in me, I didn't. You can order the way you like it at Dutch Brothers, so it's fine.
Rob likes a little coffee with his sugar delivery.
It's not that it's better. You know, premium.
I can't do sugar.
Premium.
Well, what is all that
people,
sweet shit you're drinking?
It's not sugar. It's sweetener.
Premium is a term that people either love to love or hate, and I understand that because it ends up being more expensive. And people think it's elitist, but it's basically like coffee, for instance. Just take that. You get a Hills Brothers thing; they make millions and millions of cans of coffee and stuff. These other roasteries have a smaller batch. They're probably more careful with the beans they pick. It's like wine. You can get a great $2 chuck, and you can get good wine for $5 or $10.
There are people who, that Harry, the guy's James Hoffman. I like James Hoffman because I think James Hoffman is a coffee snob.
Yeah.
But I think he has a sense of humor that he is a coffee snob.
Someone mentioned Blue Bottle. Blue Bottle's a little too light roast.
Isn't that the Australian company?
The Blue Bottle started in San Francisco.
What's Bluestone? There's an Australian chain in the U.S.
Yeah, well, Blue Bottle's out of San Francisco, and then it went to New York, and then it got bought out by someone like not Frito-Lay, but a big corporation bought them out, owns them now.
Well, Frito-Lay isn't that PepsiCo or whatever.
Yeah. But it wasn't Frito-Lay. But if you've ever been to Australia,
they have a great coffee culture in Australia. Yeah. They make good coffee in Australia.
Anyway, we choose the things we enjoy in life, and coffee is one of them. And to be honest with you, I'm not one of these guys anymore that drinks 3 or 4 cups in the morning. I have one espresso drink in the morning. That's it. Maybe one later. That's it.
I'm a coffee all day guy. I try and not drink a lot of soda, and I think coffee is good for you. I just saw a video pop up where there are uses for coffee, like cleaning your toilet bowl with coffee. I thought I cleaned my toilet bowl with
Well,
coffee
you know,
after
to
it
be
went through my body.
what you should do, like, okay, you know what a puck is? A puck is basically after you do your espresso, you have a knock box and you dump the
Right.
Yeah,
puck of
yeah.
coffee. Ideally, put that in your plants. You know, that's good for the
Oh yeah,
plant.
no, we save all that shit.
Well,
Goes into the
you're on the hog farm. You do all that
yeah. We save all that crap.
composting.
But I don't do espresso anymore. I'm a pour over guy now.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's so funny because it's well, no.
I got my ratio from Portland. My ratio pour over machine.
I mean, I would say the minimal thing, if you want to taste coffee a little better, the minimal thing is grind your own beans. Buy whole beans and get a small grinder.
I for a good 25 years, that's the only way I grind my
and you
beans.
can buy a $10, $15 grinder, you know.
No. I actually
Well,
okay.
I'm just saying,
let me help you
it doesn't
out.
have to be expensive.
No.
Yes.
Can I get the words out to explain why I'm saying no to you?
I give up. Can you?
You want a burner grinder. You do not want something that chops up your beans is not good. You want to burr them like that.
That's going to cost you more. But so I'm just
no.
trying to get people
Actually, you can get a hand cranky burr grinder.
Oh, yeah,
not expensive.
Rob is actually right. A burr grinder is the way to go. But people look
I have about right now. I have about 3 ways I can make my coffee. I can pour over. I have a machine that kind of makes it kind of spreads the water over the beans, and I have a AeroPress. Does anyone know the AeroPress?
Oh yeah, those are supposed to be really good.
So the guy who he had a frisbee company. The guy it wasn't frisbee, it was like an offshoot. He loved coffee, so he had a guy make a device, and that AeroPress makes you like espresso quality coffee, and it's like $25. Get the AeroPress.
Okay. They're gonna. We got what is it? Audio file. Someone says no. Who's it? Someone. Ian.
I do want to
about the health and clogs your. You know, anything in excess is going to fuck you up.
No, coffee's good for you.
Yeah, but anything in excess, it's like if you know, every year there's an article about wine is good for you, wine is bad for you. Too much alcohol is shitty for you. A glass of wine.
Yeah, but those are studies paid for.
Yeah.
Look, it's the George Carlin joke. This just in from the International Pancake Association. Fuck French toast. It's it's just like that.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, all our bodies and our metabolism are different. So what may be good or bad for Rob is different from me.
I'm telling you right now, I believe the reason I still am on this earth is because of coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and here's another thing. I make a large pot and I put it in a pitcher in the fridge for my iced coffee. I don't like cold brew. I feel like cold brew has a weird taste to it.
I know people that love
cold brew, cold brewing your coffee takes a lot of the acid. A lot of people's reaction, I think you're talking about, is the acid in hot brewing coffee. Cold brewing takes a lot of the acid out of the coffee.
Thumb down is totally right. Coffee does keep you regular, and as you get older, things like that matter.
Coffee has more fiber than an orange.
Now,
than orange juice.
Is that true?
Here's the deal. If anyone wants to get me a gift, I would love a Mocha Master. I would love a Mocha Master.
I don't know what that is.
So Mocha Master.
It's a drip coffee.
No, it's a coffee maker made in somewhere in, I think it's made in Scandinavia, but people correct me.
Daneland, whatever, Denmark.
It's it simulates the spreading of the water over the beans. It's like as far as
the Clover machines.
Yes. Well, the Clover machines are a little different.
And Starbucks bought Clover.
No, it doesn't do that. It just spreads the water over.
Got it.
Okay. I would love a Mocha Master. That I'm putting that out to the universe. But
why don't you register for it?
They're $250 on up machines.
Why don't you register for it?
Because I'm not getting married or having a baby or whatever.
$250 is one rare jazz record for you that you could sell at an auction.
You get so much enjoyment out of it.
Fluffy, I'm done with tags. We can't agree on anything, and honestly, I'm
You should
not a
make
big.
your own tag, Rob.
Yeah, no, you
Why don't
should.
you name that?
You should. Everyone should do a video showing records, and then people respond to it. Wait.
I'm going to do a black coffee vinyl tag.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, the best movie ever made. Okay, here it is, guys.
Oh.
You're gonna hear it from me, and the best movie ever made. It is some thematic thing throughout the film. It's not what the movie's about. Is the Will Ferrell movie Kicking and Screaming? The storyline where he discovers coffee that runs through the whole film is genius.
Yeah.
It is. And it's Mike Ditka that gets him drinking coffee.
I want to, since you brought up movies, I want to tell you my experience.
I just brought it up for a point in a movie.
Well,
it wasn't a segue for you to take.
This is where conversations go around. This is what a conversation is about. That's why we're here in the morning. What we could fucking watch, reruns of Three's Company.
Is it proper for me to storm off of my own stream?
Yes. No, I went to see the 4.5-hour version, and I hate when people complain 4.5 hours. Anyway, the Kill Bill, the special edition. The original concept Kill Bill was going to be one movie, and Miramax talked Quentin into cutting it into 2 movies. And so I went to see it, and there's an intermission, 20-minute intermission or so. I fucking loved it. And I've seen
that's not built into the runtime, right?
I don't remember. No. Anyway, I've seen Kill Bill, the first one, maybe 6-7 times. I've seen the second one, I think 3 times. I was always a little disappointed with the second one. But having them together, and it's not just that they're, spliced together from end to beginning in the middle. There's an animated sequence in the original, if you remember that. That is extended.
Oh, yeah.
They had cut it for the original, so that's a longer story. There's some new footage, or nothing new shot. There's footage from back that are cut in. Some of the order is a little different. It's fucking amazing because I realize the way it ends, if you've seen, no spoilers, with when she meets up with Bill at the very end of the movie in Mexico, you kind of remember the journey and all the bullshit she went through to get to them. When you split it apart a year apart or watch them separately, it doesn't have the same impact. And, with the daughter and all that stuff. So I tell you, it'll probably come out on video next year, maybe, or definitely streaming. But in a theater,
I don't know. No, I don't know about that.
Okay, I don't know either. I don't know. I'm just
because Quentin Tarantino's he's had that cut, and he's been showing it over the course of the last 25 years.
If you're a movie fan and you get a chance to see it in a theater with an audience, it was fucking great. It wasn't boring at all.
How crowded was the theater?
About half full.
Okay.
It was a week at the end. It was a rainy day, about half full, and but still, it was so good, so good.
Well, hey, I went out on.
It's not a double bill. It's one. It's the whole enchilada. What do they call it?
It's called the all bloody cut or something.
Yeah, the whole bloody something.
Affair or something.
Yeah.
Look, over the course, I said, over the last 25 years, he owns a couple theaters now in LA, but the main one is the New Beverly, and he only shows movies in 35 millimeter, no digital. He's been showing it there over the last 25 years periodically, and it was always sold out. It was hard to get a ticket to see it, so people have talked about seeing it.
Yeah, and
and hey, Leland, I'll tell you what I did. So if you know anything about the Hateful Eight, someone got a copy of the script when he was writing it and put it on the internet. He flipped out and he said, "I'm not making this movie because of that." But then he rethought it, and to raise money for Film Independent, which is a big organization here in LA for independent film, he did a live reading to raise money.
Yeah.
I went to it, and it was awesome because Quentin Tarantino was standing on the side, and it was mostly all the same actors doing the live reading that are in the film. And at one point he goes, "Stop," and he turns to the audience. He goes, "Shut the fuck up! They're trying to do the script." It was so
Nice.
good. It was so awesome. But it was basically, he said, "Look, this is, if I make a movie of this, this is not the final version. So there are some things in this that won't I'll probably change." But it seemed, when the movie came out, it seemed pretty much
And
the
this,
same.
the
to
movie, the
me.
way it is, I love that movie, but it's very much like a
Well,
stage play.
if you know anything about technical making of the movie, and there's videos on the internet, it was the first movie in years to be shot in Panavision,
Right.
Oh.
to get that really ultra wide screen effect. So yeah, it's, even just visually, it's a stunning movie, you know. Okay. On Saturday before my auction, I went out and I found some killer records. I'm not a big Grail person, but there are records I'm looking for, because I want to find these things naturally. I don't want to try and find them in other ways. But I found two kind of Grail-y records. So here's one. This record I've been looking for. It really should be reissued. I kind of think it's his best, definitely his best milestone record he did on Milestone. This Tarragon is freaking awesome. This is a just a killer sounding record. So, and it's here's the lineup on it. Don Freeman, it's just a really good straight ahead jazz record. So that was awesome. And then this, I think, is a Grail for a lot of people. The Sonny Rollins Way Out West, which has been reissued to death, right? Is it an HQUR of it? This is an OG first pressing mono of this record, and I found it insane. Both of these I found very not expensive. You could I could tell right away, because on these OG monos, there's red, printing on it. And it's awesome. This sounds so good mono. So there you go. Yeah, I'm not auctioning these, Tim. Then I found this one. It's a good one to find. This Benny Golson and the Philadelphians, with all these artists from Philadelphians on United Artists. This is OG mono. Nice. So there you go. Found some killer records.
Dr. Oz, I don't agree with that. He says the 10th film is going to be a stage play. I think he'll do a 10th film, but I think getting around everything, he'll do TV, he'll do stage plays.
Well, wait, no, hold on. He said this. In fact, he was already into production on his 10th film, called The Film Critic. Film Critic, and then he goes, he kind of quit.
Right.
He said after he makes his 10th film, he's not going to just quit.
Right.
He'll do TV and other things. Yeah.
Right. So, but he'll make a 10th film, definitely, one way or another. Maybe not right away. Maybe after the stage.
Well, I mean, technically, he wrote a script sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's just not directing it. David Fincher.
That's different. That's the one that David Fincher is directing now.
But it's not different. He's probably producing it, and he wrote it.
Yeah, but he didn't. But he's written a lot of things that he didn't direct too.
Yeah, but he didn't have control over it.
Right. He's going to do a 10th film at some point. He's like 10 years young. He's like 61. He definitely has time. 62.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, my Christmas tree went up.
Where is it?
It's in the house. But I do my own. I'm not into that. I do my own Christmas decorations every year. I have something called the negativity scene.
Okay.
Which here.
Is there a punchline?
No.
Sorry, I'm communicating with someone.
It's the nativity scene. But everyone's pissed. Look at the look on his face.
It's like a little Buddha.
Baby Jesus is kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
And then
there you
here's
go.
the wise men.
Were you doing Were you playing a little scene to yourself before
Why
the
bring
stream?
negativity to this day?
The negativity scene.
Is that Legos?
No, it's the negativity. You know, the nativity scene, but everyone's got a scowl on their face. That's all. Look at the baby. He needs to be fed. Feed me.
I dare you
I
to
don't know.
swallow that right
They look
now.
like little Buddhas.
How ticked off he is.
Okay.
You know, Jim makes his own versions of those Rankin Bass holiday specials.
Yes, they do. Oh, I'm so mad.
Dun 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 dun
Here.
dun.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still a
Comes in a
Leland. I'm
box.
still a proponent of going to
Order
the
it, everybody.
movie theaters.
Go get yours. It's the negativity scene. Come
Okay.
on.
All right.
I put that out every year.
You're gonna get hate from the right fandom.
Oh no, everyone wants one of those. Those are
That's right. They're pretty pissed off, aren't they? Even the right is pissed off.
I'm not saying
Everyone's pissed off right now. That's the problem.
I'm not saying this, showing this to piss anyone off. This is just, you know, they haven't had lunch. They're hangry. That's all. Feed them. They'll be smiling again. Anyway,
Okay.
go get your negative.
Thank you, Jim. Great.
All right. Do you get any money for that?
No.
Do you have an ad in?
Is
there an ad in Record Collector News?
Oh yeah, we should show that too.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, look, the new one's out. Baker.
At least 25 people are going to get a copy of that.
Nice.
Yes.
Only 14,975 to go.
No, I meant 25 people who got records in the auction.
Very
got a
nice.
copy of it.
I read something.
Uh-huh.
Go see One Battle After Another.
Oh, I got this at the LA Orange County Audio Society Gala.
Okay.
They gave away copies of this. So this is their Product of the Year Awards. A moderately priced, a low price speaker is $5,000. That's what they consider to be low priced these days.
Well, like everything else, they're a premium kind of magazine. That's what they go after, right?
Obviously.
I mean, that's their audience, I guess.
That's who can afford. I mean, that's who can afford to put an ad in that.
Not everyone who buy.
These ads are not that expensive. The other one.
Jim, I used to buy hi-fi magazines because I just liked looking at. It's like looking at Playboy. You're not going to date those women.
Wait,
but
do you masturbate to the absolute?
Wait, and I like Task. No Task bashing. Poetry works there.
It's looking at that.
But come on, Michael.
Hey, wait, question. Tracking Angle doesn't publish anything, do they? Like physical copies?
No, but it's Michael, I think, is in here sometimes. Anyway, yeah, no task bashing. I was just a little shocked that the only thing normal was shit audio. So
yes, Frederick, another great Johnny Greenwood soundtrack for a P.T. Anderson film. Probably one of the best films of the year. I haven't seen Begonia. I want to see Begonia next. But One Battle After Another. See this on a big screen if you get a chance. I know it's coming in a few weeks to streaming, but this deserves a big screen. I mean, it's just Sean Penn is what a role he has. And there's a black sense of humor. I mean, black humor in this. But this is a really good film, I think. And it's one of, despite what Rob says, I know it's worldwide. This made over $200 million worldwide for a P.T. Anderson film.
Yeah, but how much that movie cost with marketing and everything? Almost that much.
Sure. Well, but still, it's still one of his bigger box office films, definitely. You know, he's not one of those big. He's not a Quentin Tarantino number But double record, great soundtrack. Obviously, you probably know him from Radiohead, and all his soundtracks from Phantom Thread, There Will Be Blood. The only two ones of his, I didn't like Inherent Vice, and I didn't love Licorice Pizza, but otherwise, I like all his films. I love Boogie Nights.
The Inherent Vice was like the detective movie, right?
Yeah, wait, I didn't like that much.
I'm trying to read a book.
Okay, congratulations.
Okay, well, why don't you come back
and
do a report?
Is the problem your mouth moves while you're reading?
You know,
problem is I have no
patience.
Leland, yeah. I'm sure you're right, but to me, I look at a movie just for the enjoyment of the movie, not whether it's making money or not. I watched a little independent film last night that was on Hulu. I'd never heard of it. It looks like it's low budget, but it was surprisingly good in the way it was done. And it's centered around this young woman character. Came out in the last year or two, I guess, a few years. It's called Inheritance. Have you seen that movie, Wax? Inheritance?
Who stars in it?
Nobody. I mean, there is one guy who has a smaller part, plays the father, Reese, the guy with the blonde, wispy hair, who was like in Notting Hill, that English actor.
Okay, Reese.
Ethan
Reese Witherspoon.
Isn't his brother the in Super Furry Animals?
Oh, is it? Is that?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
No, that's
you didn't know that.
Griff Reese. No, because
that's your favorite band.
No. Griff Reese, a different. Well, maybe
his brother. Okay. That is his brother.
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, that anyway. The movie is good. You got to watch it to the end. It's just a small film, and it's about this young girl lives in. I guess she lives in New York, and she's clubbing, and her father comes from Europe to the funeral of their mother. They're separated. And she doesn't really have a job, and she's this pretty young woman. And the father says, "Can you help me out in my real estate dealings?" It turns out it's some nefarious stuff. She goes to Egypt with him, and then goes to Seoul, Korea, and has to find this hard drive to give to him because he's held hostage. And it goes from there, but it's mostly her in every scene. He's in only a small part of it. It's actually, and it's a good payoff when you watch the film. So it's a little film called Inheritance, and it's on, if you have Hulu, you can watch it on Hulu. So that's my other little.
Geez, most people would just post a link so we can go find it.
I don't know.
All I'm telling you, what did I watch?
Spoil the movie. That's just a setup.
I watched The Running Man. It fell apart. I wish I like Edgar Wright, but the dude really can't.
I don't like that main actor. He has no charisma.
The lead actor, total charisma. Did you see Twisters? He's that good.
He was
that
good
dude
in
is
Twisters,
good.
But still, he's like
he's good. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with The Running Man. 100%. And it's not because of the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it didn't have the kind of humor it needed. It needed to be more ironic. And here's the problem with Edgar Wright. It's why I didn't like Baby Driver. He doesn't know how to create a full villain that you hate that gets it in the end. Who was the villain in Baby Driver? I don't know who the villain was. In this one, it should be Josh Brolin, but he's not a lot in the movie a lot. And Josh Brolin was just sitting behind a desk making bad decisions. And that see, in the first Running Man, not trying to compare it, Richard Dawson was the main guy. In this one, they kind of have a host, and then Brolin. It just didn't work. Didn't work. But I wanted to like that movie so much.
And it did. Michael, I actually liked One Night in Soho, Last Night in Soho. I saw it a couple of times, and I think it's because it's weird enough, kind of. I like that movie. It's not a great movie, definitely, but I really liked Last Night.
That's what people forget. Hold on.
Baby Driver started out good and fell apart.
I just feel Edgar Wright that's probably why he got fired from Ant-Man. They just, like, I from testing movies that was central to the story of a true villain. It's not that hard to give a good arc and make a villain, and they need to get it really good at the end because that's what the audience wants. And it's just, yeah, he doesn't know how to do that. Doesn't have a good script. Probably didn't have a good script, and he's not good with scripts. I don't know. Yeah, well, I want him to be good, but he has not proven to me that he's that great.
Well,
Yeah,
like
yeah, if you go back and watch Kevin, yes, he should have been, but then it didn't have that arc for the villain. It kind of made the four horrible other guys as part of the heist the villains, but he should have been the main villain, and he wasn't. It's bad.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Michael, on Soho, but I still really enjoyed the film. I just like the vibe of the film, and
I think
it's one of those films I would go back to because I just like watching it.
Well, here's the problem: Paramount was horrible in marketing that film too.
Yeah,
but he's going to go into director's jail. He's going to have to work his way out of director's jail.
Okay.
So that's my opinion.
Okay, director's jail.
Tons of directors go into director's jail.
I know
a few come out of it.
I know the concept.
But he's going to have to go make like a $20 million movie.
I think Francis Coppola has been in director's jail for a while.
No, well,
I did go see the latest movie that he invested in. He's bankrupt himself again, and it's terrible. There are moments in it, but it's a terrible movie.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who was worked on testing Anaconda, but they have screened it. Here's a good example. This Ellie McKay movie that James Brooks made, and James Brooks is an awesome filmmaker.
That bombed, didn't it?
It bombed hard, and here's the reason, they embargoed it. They didn't make it available for critics to watch. Up until the release, there were no reviews for it, and you knew it was a stinker. The trailer to me looked like it could be good, but okay. So the Anaconda, I've been reading, they've done screenings of it, and if you go on Twitter's a good place to go, or whatever it's called now, and you type in a review for a movie, and then regular people are leaving their comments, and people are saying it's hysterically funny. I will say this, the trailers have not given me that vibe, but and the guy who directed it's is a good director of funny movies. So I have hope for the Anaconda movie.
Who directed that?
I think it's this Canadian dude who might have done the movie Goon. Let me look it up. I want to respond to Craig. So Craig, I love John Carter. I think John Carter's an awesome movie.
I like John Carter too.
Well, Mazzy, I'm fucking talking. Shush.
I just said I liked it. Okay, keep going.
Let me finish. I have a good point to make.
I'm out.
It'll make you smarter after you hear me. Okay, so here's the deal with John Carter. I think it was a really good movie. So here's what happened at Disney. They had a marketing head, the head of marketing, before, and they fired this person. They brought in this woman who worked for a competitor of my market research company. And they thought, and she was, if you know anything about these market research companies, the heads of these companies are kind of positioned as kind of gurus and whatever. So they brought her in as their head of marketing. Her first film was John Carter. It was her decision. She convinced all of Disney, we can't call this movie John Carter of Mars, which is the name of the book it's based on. We can't call it that. Let's just call it John Carter. That decision literally screwed the film because it forced people to go, what's John Carter and all this? It created this weird marketing for the film. And all marketing is educating viewers about your film.
What was her logic?
I don't even remember now. She kind of got fired not that long after that. She couldn't recover from it because it was such a fun. And you know what? That decision wasn't based in market research. Anything. She just came to the conclusion we should call it John Carter. That decision screwed that movie. Because
That's the fucking name of the book.
I rewatched that movie this year. That movie is a good movie. It is. So there you go.
Isn't the guy from Friday Night Lights?
It really, if the studio doesn't believe it, listen, it's very political to release a film. It's not, the studio has the control over it, but all the companies that invest in the budget of a film and all that stuff, it gets weird. But that was the decision, hard and firm. Her decision to change the name of the film tanked that movie because it plays really well. It's a good movie. All right. Now, what's your opinion, Mazzy?
Chevy Nova.
Okay.
You can't sell Novas in Mexico because Nova means don't go.
Cable Guy was a great movie. What about
it became a cult film, but
I think it's a great movie. Who says it? Are they remaking it?
Look, there's a great I'm going to say a movie's name to me and tell me your opinion. Idiocracy.
Oh, great movie.
Love it.
But it took a while. Yeah.
No, yeah. When we tested it, the audiences did not like it.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, yeah.
Well, that's like his other movie too. No, wait a second, Harry. Are they remaking Cable Guy? Is that a thing? Or what is it? I don't understand his comment.
I don't know if that's
nobody has cable anymore.
I love Cable, but I think
wait, hold on,
I think the tone of Cable Guy, people didn't expect it to be as dark as it was with him. But
hold on, but that's one thing. But hold on a second, Mazzy. It's coming from Harry's music room. He is not the bastion of movie information or breaking news.
Idiocracy gets not only better, but it gets real.
It's true. It's true. But when we tested
where we are today, basically.
I mean, I'll tell you this. Test screenings have a lot of power. Should they? I don't know. But a studio can go in and show it to an audience. And if the audience doesn't like it, it really changes the studio's outlook on the film. Are we going to pour money into this film? Are we going to pour money into reshooting it? Are we going to pour money into marketing it? And Idiocracy did not cost a lot of money to make. So they took their loss. So there you go.
Yeah. We talked about Joe Ely on, I was on Rachel's yesterday afternoon, and that's when Joe Ely, the news came that he passed.
Did it say what he passed of?
No, I didn't see. 78 years old, same age as Rob Reiner.
Hey, by the way, people aren't talking about this. Remember, Jim, you said they found a dead body in Santa Monica, and were you involved?
Right.
So that happened last week, right? Not far from me. And the person who was he was murdered by his son. It was a Grammy-nominated or winning opera singer.
Oh, yeah.
And his drug-addicted son stabbed him to death. Yeah. Not but a week later, the same thing happens.
And it's the same as going back, like, how many, 40 years ago? Jim Gordon, the drummer, killed his mother. I
had some
drug and mental issues.
I had some kids I grew up with who they had a family meeting, and the older brother, who was fucked up, picked up a baseball bat and murdered the father in front of everybody. It's called fratricide.
Well, remember the
story.
What's the movie? The guy that did Pi, Aronofsky movie, the one.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, what's the weird one? He kills his mother.
Mother?
No,
isn't he did the movie Mother?
Yeah,
Mother, you had me, but I never had you.
Yeah.
Mother, I want to kill you. Wasn't that?
It's not Death of Pi.
Doors.
It's the one they're on the boardwalk, or not the boardwalk, but they're not Asbury Park or Jersey Shores, wherever they are. It's Ellen. It's the Exorcist actress.
That's the one where they're all drug addicts, right?
Yeah.
What's the It's the one where they're all addicted to heroin.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
It's over the top. It's a very Requiem for a Dream. Thank you. Very depressing movie. That's one of those movies you see once. I loved it love is a weird thing to say about that, but I never want to see it again. But it was well done.
The last movie that I loved was called Youth with Michael Caine and Harvey Keitel.
That's like a 30-year-old movie.
It's 2010, I think.
See, I wonder if people thought that
maybe it's 30 years old. Yeah,
John Carter was a remake of Get Carter. I wonder if that was a confusion.
Harry, that may be a good theme for a video on your channel.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas was a good addiction movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Here's the problem with addiction movies: it's just a tough watch. They're tough watch movies.
Yeah, yeah.
I like addiction movies where it pays off, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or
how did that pay off?
It worked for them.
I love that movie. I was surprised.
It was working. All the drugs, it worked. You know.
Mazzy's favorite scene is when Harvey Keitel shows his wiener.
In what? All right.
What?
So yeah, I don't go to movies a lot.
I've seen Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah, but you watch them at home.
No, I don't watch movies at home. You know, I do something real fucking stupid. I listen to my stereo all the time.
Okay.
Right now I have 2 different stereos going. Different.
I listened to 8 hours of music yesterday and 3 hours of films.
Okay, I'll show you. I listened to 3 albums in a row. I was doing work. I was setting up packages. I was grading assignments. I was doing laundry. But I got 3 in the mail. Gravy Train alert for me, which is not like a Mazzy Gravy Train alert. But Kraft sent 3 albums over. The best of the batch. These Kraft OJCs, in my opinion, like the In Groove, are the best reissue series out there right now. Best by far. The way they sound, the way the pressings, the quiet vinyl, the jackets, everything about them, no one is competing with them. And this comes out, I think, next month. This Soul Junction Red Garland is fantastic.
Petticoat Junction.
So this is a record, I think, picture it. You're at home, which you have to be to listen to your stereo, I suppose. You're at home. It's the evening. I'm not a glass of wine guy, but I have herbal supplements. Put them out, take some of them, put this on.
Get the bottle of Vaseline next to you.
And again, I'll go down in death. Hey Kraft, what the hell's the deal with you renumbering the records? It's obnoxious. It really is.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me.
I agree with that.
But
I know they have to on the spine, but on the cover, leave it alone.
Yes. So
did they in the 70s, on the 80s on that? Do you know?
No, because I had an OJC I sold in my auction.
It has a real number in the 80s, huh?
Yeah. And so, but this is fantastic. Really good. Of these 3, this is by far the best.
What are the other 2 you got?
Okay. So this one, there are 2 albums after, I think, After Hours.
Oh, I think I got that.
I forget what the other one's called, Before or something. But this is fantastic too. These sound excellent. Crazy good sounding records. And the third one is this one, which is out now. And again, I've never bought this before. I've never found a copy. This sounds excellent too. Really good sounding record. All of them. So there you go. Yeah, but again, I would say if you have to pick up one of these 3, this one, easy choice.
And the other thing,
and of all these OJC reissues, I know people say the Bill Evans ones they did sound crazy. They all sound good. This is one of my favorites so far.
And you got to give a shout out to their Bluesville series that were the original blues.
No, I don't, because they didn't send any Bluesvilles.
Not you. I'm talking you as a general.
I'm talking about these 3.
Okay. Well, you're the jazz guy. That's why you get the jazz.
You know what? You suffer from this disorder, which I call vinyl leakage. Here's what vinyl leakage is.
I'm
and
supporting your conversation and
I'm
expanding
coining
on
a
it.
phrase right now. Let's just stay on topic. I'm
It
talking
is
about
topic.
these 3 records.
It's
No,
topic.
you're
And
vinyl leakaging into something else.
Rob, I said I agree with you. The OJCs are one of the great jazz series now, and they're parallel.
No, it's no and. 3 records.
Okay, so
no
we stop
vinyl
the show.
leakage.
Okay, you finish those 3. Stop the show. Let's everyone leave. Let's end the show.
No.
That's it.
Okay,
Can we continue the conversation?
Mazzy, you might be the master at of video hackery or whatever you do on your channel. But the art of live streaming is, hey guys, I've got 3 records in the mail from Kraft.
And you showed them.
We're talking about these 3 records. This is the best one.
Okay.
Okay, then
Jim, we have to for the next hour. We have to talk about those 3
Then
records.
Jim goes, hey guys, I had the best Danish I ever had, blah, blah, blah. Then Mazzy goes, hey, Rob was talking about those crafts. Then I got these.
You're telling us how
there's no vinyl leakage in any of that. But you have to vinyl leakage
I think
everything.
you're worried about leakage way too much, Rob.
I got a nice cup of coffee going here, guys. I'm sorry, Mazzy, go on. No?
I think we need Brian up here from Tokyo Records to calm things down. Brian has a calming effect. If he's in his car, don't call us. But if you're not in your car, come and calm us down.
Let me help you out,
Namaste.
Mazzy. Mazzy, that was a good transition. Now talk about your stupid ass Bluesville records.
Yes.
The art of transition, is that what we're talking about?
The thing about Rob and I, we will argue here and like tell each other they're cunt nose assholes. And then we get along, we text each other, we have fun.
No, it continues.
Fuck you, Rob.
Yeah, wait, I just got a text. Hold on. I just got a text from Mazzy. Hey, those Bluesville records.
Anyway.
No, they continue arguing with each other until they both find a common enemy that they can both focus on and attack.
Hey.
And they become friends again.
Rob, what do you think of Kraft's Bluesville series?
Well, that's a horrible transition, Mazzy, but let me tell you something. I just got information. Huge announcement. Major artist announced a tour. They are 84 years old. Who is this musician?
Paul McCartney. Oh, Bob Dylan. They're all up there.
But close. I would say he's in the top 5 of modern era of rock and roll writers, singer-songwriters. He's top 5.
Neil Young.
You said that already. It is not that.
I said Neil Young, Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan.
Okay, I hate to point this out, but Dan B, who's usually horrible.
Oh God, Paul Simon.
Yeah, he's doing a tour.
Oh please.
Okay. Paul Simon still has a good voice.
Does he? Does he? I saw a video clip.
I mean, it's not what it was, but he doesn't have this. He doesn't have the same affliction McCartney has.
I think he does. I think.
But here's the deal. No. His songs lend themselves easily to be sung. They're not high rangey different songs.
Yeah, he keeps at a certain range for the most part.
Right. Like he's singing, he stays in a key. It's not like he can do Garfunkel's parts.
Exactly. Nobody bought his last record, but the album Psalms or whatever it's called is actually a really good kind of mood record. But I don't think it did anything. But it's a good record.
I'll tell you this. This seems weird. Okay. Okay, what is that?
That's the box set CD.
No.
Isn't it?
This is the very first concert I ever went to in my entire fucking life. Hollywood Bowl. 1968, August 23rd.
Whose birthday?
Yeah.
My birthday.
On Mazzy's birthday, 4 days before my birthday.
My 14th birthday.
I went with
that's Steve when he had part of the Wrecking Crew in his band, right?
Mrs. Volpin dropped us off and
that's
picked us up.
Bookends tour. That's the Bookends tour.
And this is the actual concert that I was at. and it's amazing. It's on Poison.
Do you have
Apple.
do you have a certificate to prove that?
Yeah, I can tell you why I know. Because as a kid, how old was I in 68? 12? Not even. I was 11. I remember someone threw a brown paper bag up onto the stage, and they opened it, and there was a sandwich in it, and they talked about it. And that's on here, baby.
Yeah, but you can know that from listening to that.
You know what that image on the cover of that CD is from?
No.
That's the poster that came in bookends.
So this is a bootleg. I'm 99%
But they used
sure.
the poster image then.
Kind of a bootleg
Yeah.
from Japan. I was at a Neil Young concert 2 years ago with my daughter, and there were a lot of other old farts with their children. And us old farts were talking to each other, and I mentioned that this was my first concert across the freeway at the Bowl. And some dude on his phone goes, "Here it is, right here, order it." And I ordered it, and I got it.
You know, I don't know if that's the exact show, but they put that out in one of the CD boxes as a bonus CD, that tour. I don't know if it's that exact Hollywood Bowl show, but does it say on there? It probably doesn't. It's bootleg. The Wrecking Crew, is it Joe Osborne? I forgot who plays on it. Or what's the drummer, the Wrecking Crew drummer, famous drummer?
Oh, yeah. I'm blanking.
I think he played Hal Blaine. I think Hal Blaine plays on that.
Can I tell you, when I was in college, one of the biggest records all of us
Wait a second, we weren't talking about college. You're changing.
Well, hold on,
yeah,
Nazi.
what is going on here?
Wait a second. You're gonna look like the biggest fucking fool there is.
We're past college by now.
When I was in college, the biggest album that everyone bought was Graceland. There you go, you fool. No vinyl leakage from me now, you fool.
Yeah, I was talking about the same label too, Rob. So give me a break.
Anyway,
no, in fact, here's how horrible your thing was. The Bluesville, although Kraft is Chad, it's Chad. It has nothing to do with these OJC reissues.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Literally, that series in the 80s was called the original Blues.
I understand, Mazzy, but now it's Chad's deal. It's original Chad.
Blues. Well, no, Chad is just curating it. It's still Kraft releases.
I went to two colleges.
And I will give him
horrible
credit.
Person.
Chad is doing an excellent job curating the Bluesville series. He knows.
Yeah, right. And by me saying Chad made it non-vinyl leakage for you to hammer on about it.
I'm confused. I missed vinyl leakage. What?
Vinyl leakage is a phrase I just coined, and it really is just mainly Mazzy. It's a really abrupt, weird transition in conversation during a vinyl focused live stream.
You waste more time calling it out and just let it flow for a moment. And the person, whether it's me or someone interrupting for a split second, just continue on. No one will notice.
Okay, let me help you out on how you get people to watch a stream. This dude right here who did a laughing emoji. This is probably mainly why he tunes in. For my horrible humor. It makes him chuckle. Okay?
Is that our stoner musician amplifier fixer?
My style's for the lowest common denominator here, Mazzy. Sorry,
and
Nick.
You achieve that every time.
Thank you. Can you go back to talking about your 15 different stereo setups?
I know that's probably a joke, but it would be a good idea to name Salina, Kansas, Bluesville. That would be a cool name for it, actually. Bluesville, Kansas.
I'm going to make a prediction for 2026. So, okay, and I would like people's thoughts on this. Doing a vinyl tag before the end of the year, I'm against. But predictions for next year is a different thing. So here's what I would maybe do a video about if you're in the vinyl community. Predictions for 2026. Here's my predictions for 2026. Salina names a street after Chad. That's my prediction for 2026.
Well, San Francisco.
No, you got that wrong. I think it's more like Salina names the street after Chad, because it really is.
San Francisco just named a street after Jim Marshall off of 16th Street, off of Market Street.
San Francisco is putting a float into the Rose Parade this year. First time in 50 some odd years.
Is this true?
It's true.
Man, what a way for Mazzy to crowbar in San Francisco.
I know.
Well, it came.
Oh, hold on. Let's play a game right now. The game is I'm going to try and the most obscure subject matter to have a conversation about, and let's see how long
Harry's
it takes
backstage.
Mazzy.
Would you let Harry up? Let Harry up.
Hold on. Well,
Harold,
his mic doesn't
muted.
work. So
Your mic
You're
doesn't work,
mutated.
Harry.
I've been back here since 7 a.m.
no, you haven't.
Hey, 47 years ago yesterday.
You're changing the story here.
Wow, leakage. What
Well,
is that? Oh,
Oh,
Bruce.
I was at one of those shows.
One of the best live
Hey,
bootlegs
Brian,
ever.
we don't want to see your ass. Sit down so we can see your face.
You guys made my headache go away. Hey, Brian.
You just did what
No.
Rob accused me of doing. You just
No, hold on, Mazzy.
Yeah, that's because it was boring.
No, wait, hold on,
I agree
Mazzy.
with you. I agree with
I'm
you.
not big on defending Harry and his antics, but he was not part of what we were talking about. He came on and held up an album. So that's not vinyl leakage.
Oy vey,
Gentlemen,
gentlemen.
Brian, you need to
Oy
kind of help
vey.
us. You need to be our counselor here, okay?
Ich hab
No,
nicht
I'm
kein
definitely
Koyach.
not that person.
Ich
But-
hab nicht kein Koyach. I don't have
Jay
the strength.
Cocken.
Where's the
No, I
little
don't.
boys' room?
you guys kind of look like you could be brothers.
Who?
Who's that?
The
You,
two bearded
and
guys
Jim.
on the bottom.
Me and Jim?
Yeah.
Jim and I, Jim doesn't know this, but Jim and I have I have a real affinity for Jim. He's got the Zappa thing. He's got the Volkswagen thing. He's just got the he's like a gold, I had a turtle before the kids came. We took there's this great game in Japan. If you go to the festivals, they have this paper ladle. It dissolves in water. It's this little paper ladle game, and they have these goldfish and turtles, and it's like goldfish or turtles, and you can see how many goldfish you can scoop into a Ziploc bag before the paper ladle evaporates, and then you can either return the fish to the little tank or the turtle, or you can take it home with you, and you have to buy a $5 little aquarium thing. And we took the turtle home once. My wife and I, she was like, "You're not taking that turtle home." I'm like, we're taking it home. We're going to have a pet turtle. And we had this turtle for like 10 years.
Wow.
And when we had like an argument, the turtle would just be the third neutral character in the room. Like
Awesome.
it was just always there. And Jim provides this turtle energy. Forgive me, Jim, if that's an insult. But while Rob and Mazzy are going at it, Jim is just... He's just there to provide balance to provide balance to the dark side in the
I don't know if they have this in Japan. I thought it was going to end with you eating the turtle in some sort of Japanese soup.
Well, it's funnier than that, Rob, because the turtle eventually did die, and this was after I spent money taking this turtle to the vet.
What kind of turtle was it? Was it an amphibious turtle?
Yeah, and I shouldn't have died, but I moved it out.
They're not meant to be kept in.
No, they're not. And I kept getting a bigger and bigger place for him because I kept feeling bad for him, and I eventually moved him outside. And when I moved him outside, he just
Hey, not far from me, there's a park where people play bocce ball or whatever. But right next to it is they created a little pond, and those kind of turtles live there. They're famous there. And there's lots of them. But also not far from me is a bar called Brennan's, and they're famous for their turtle races.
Oh, yeah.
They do turtle races.
Oh, I've seen those.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
really fun. Well, this turtle died, and we wrapped it up in a little ceremonial cloth that we had, and we took him to the local shrine. And behind the shrine, there's a little pond where these turtles live. And I wanted to give him a burial at sea. And my kids were there to mourn the loss of our turtle. And we gently put him into I unfolded the cloth, and I expected him to just sink down to the bottom of the pond, and he so unceremoniously just flopped up, belly up, and floated out into the middle of the pond, and like seagulls started like coming and like picking off at him. I felt
Yeah,
so
man.
fucking horrible. Yeah. My
It,
turtle.
Right.
also, a
Right.
fitting story would have been it came back to life and murdered you all.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
They
Is
do
it
have a
swam
monster. They
away.
do have a turtle monster that has. Actually, that's funny that you said. Do you guys know
Yeah,
Kappa?
it's Rodan, man. Everyone knows Rodan.
Okay, so yeah, it's
Is
in
it
Japan. They have
Rodan? Am I
The
wrong?
artist or
No, listen,
or
you putz. If you watch any of the Godzilla movies,
Mothra, Rodan, I know who it is.
Rodan had the two little tiny Japanese twins who would speak
Wait, we have
for
to
it.
do a shot every time Rob says, "Listen, you putz." Go on.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
there's this.
all right.
There's
Hold on. I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I admit it. It's Gamera, not Rodan.
Right.
Gamera.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gamera is close to Kame. It means turtle in Japan, but there's this other creature that resembles a turtle, and he's from Japanese folklore, and he lives in the ponds, and he threatens children if they don't get good grades, and he does concha, which is this thing that people in Japan do. They do like this, and it's a young kid thing to do, and they fucking poke you in your ass, in your asshole.
Yeah, but
And
wait, what is the
They charge me extra for that.
I'm getting
How do they-
Brian, here's a serious question, Brian.
Yeah.
Does the groping of young women on public transportation still go on in Japan?
I think so. Yes.
It's
And
like
that's
Now,
why
wait.
it's an
What's the lead
acceptable. It's
I
I
don't
wanna
know. I
get
an
got on the
acceptable
train
thing,
and
right?
I did this thing, and somebody gave me the evil eye, told me not to do it anymore. So I
well,
don't think
if
they
you
allow it.
it'll happen to you, and it'll shock you the first time that it happens to you. But like somebody will have too few many beers, and you'll bend over, and they'll concho you, and you'll be like, "The fuck!" And but this turtle-like monster mythological creature, it comes out of the ponds, and it conchos kids, and the way that you keep this beast at bay is you fart in its face.
No, you know what? That's why we have fucking the Second
Rob does
Amendment
that all the
here,
time.
baby.
Yeah,
But,
it doesn't
I'll
work.
blow that
It
motherfucker
But
doesn't
away.
work.
hold
Boom, boom,
on. I'm big on. I'm not a
Poke me in the
big.
butt,
I'm not a
Alex.
big urban legend type of person, but I do like them. And people don't do enough. Like people talk about Bigfoot and uh, they have the Loch Ness monster. If you grew up in the Mid Atlantic, Maryland, there's a one that they say lives in the Chesapeake Bay. It's called Nessie.
Yeah.
Nessie's lives in the Chesapeake Bay.
Oh, yeah,
I'm big. I'm
Isn't
big
that
on
the
all
one
those.
with the Loch
The
Ness?
Chupacabra, the New Jersey Devil. Has anyone heard of the New Jersey Devil?
My
Jersey
parents did
Devil.
not do any of that. They said that this is terrible, but they said the gypsies are coming and they're going to give us to the gypsies if we're not good. When the gypsies come through, they're just going to give us to the gypsies.
Well,
If we
my
have to
my
Collect their
parents would.
teardrops.
My parents
Huh?
did the thing where they go, "We're going to give you back to your real family."
Oh, jeez.
My mother said, "Sure, you can have a swim. We can have a swimming pool. We just have to off one of your brothers or sisters. Which one do you want to off?"
Yeah,
Wow.
sometimes that's an easy choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mothman. The Mothman's a good one.
This
No.
one, yeah, I got this one. I got one right here. I don't even know about him. Here's one of them.
What is that?
He's one of these. He's a monster from one
He's
of
a
the
bad
monster
guy.
movies. I think he's not named Moth. He's like Mothra, or he's
Is
close
that
to
from
that.
like Ultraman or something?
I gotta
Yes,
take a break.
yes,
I'll be right back.
exactly. And I just liked him. I saw him at a garage sale once, and I was like, "Oh, you're coming home with me." But he's a soft vinyl toy, and you find little factories on the east side of Tokyo, and they still make this shit, and they license this stuff. And if you have if you're crazy for toys, you get you do like what we do in vinyl records. You go find a vinyl toy that you can re-release, and you kind of do like a limited run, and you have this little guy in a factory who's got airbrush, and he does them like exquisitely, and you can sell them for like $300. They're crazy collectible.
Can I
What,
show a record?
Harry, you just leakage. That's vinyl leakage,
Yeah,
dude.
it is. But it kind
Thank
of is.
you,
vinyl.
Brian.
This one's relevant.
Thank you,
This one's
Brian.
relevant.
Okay.
It's not. It's only
Aw.
relevant that the guy passed away. We weren't talking about it.
Yeah, but he also signed it for me.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah. It's just sad.
Hey, speaking of vinyl leakage, I'm having men's health alert right here to the vinyl community. 49 years old, first time I'm getting the camera going in every hole and every which way, and I got
When are
to do
you
the
having
whole
it done? When are you having it
tomorrow
done?
more. Like I should be asleep right now, but
No,
instead
no.
I'm doing
Have
some.
you drank? Have you started drinking the solution?
No, I think they give it to you when you arrive.
No, 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 no,
No,
no, no,
Well, they
no.
do everything a little bit differently here. So I've talked to
they have
nurses and
tiny
doctors about.
little doctors in Japan, Rob.
No, but the barium, the one I've done it
That
once.
was good,
But
Mazzy.
that one, the first time that
Thank
I
you.
did it, they
Thank
didn't
you, Harry.
probe me. They X-rayed me or whatever. They put me on a
Well,
bed, and the bed like went.
the only way they can see the walls of your
Bits
bowels
and
is
pieces,
that they
yeah.
clean out all the crap in there, and you have to drink a
Oh,
solution.
that's interesting. Okay,
And the
no, they
night
just told
before,
me.
you
I mean,
drain yourself.
typically they're looking for polyps on the walls of your intestines, and
Right.
they have to remove them so they could test them to see if they're cancerous.
They
Every
say
time
there's.
every time I've had it done, they go, "We removed this many, and you're fine," or whatever.
When I
So,
went in for it, I could feel that it go in, and then the doctor went, "Look, no hands."
mhm.
Oh, Harry.
And Harry was in a record store. It was really weird.
It was when I met
And
Dr.
there's a little
Robert.
Japanese teenager
I think
behind you.
Christopher
drinking
Kibler has
Concho.
it right. The best
Why
outcome can
is
be
Jim calling me? Did Jim
a
fall
tiny.
down?
The best outcome is finding a
Why are you
tiny.
calling me?
The
I'm
best
listening,
outcome
Mazzy.
is finding a
Why are you
tiny
calling me?
Raquel Welch inside you.
Here's
Jillian
another one
Welch,
signed by
the
Gene
fuck?
Stapleton.
Raquel, Fantastic Voyage. You ever see the movie Fantastic Voyage? They shrink
Yeah.
down this submarine. Raquel Welch is in the wetsuit.
Raquel Welch. I think you said Jillian Welch.
No,
Gillian
Yeah,
Raquel.
but
Welch.
the better movie is the one with Martin Short and
The
Dennis Quaid.
remake.
No, it's the where they shrink down Dennis Quaid and he goes inside Martin Short.
That's like
No,
it's
the
sort of a
best
remake.
one is fucking Rick and Morty, where they build the amusement park inside the dude. That's the funniest one.
Hey,
I guess you guys are
with
Rick and Morty
regards
fans.
to Japan,
Hey,
Mazzy's gonna vinyl leakage something.
sorry.
Right now.
John brought up Guinness. Apparently, this week the big mega Guinness place opens in London. Like the Disneyland of Guinness.
That's
Is that
good.
something
What's the
you guys
Beatle
would visit?
connection to Guinness?
Pardon me?
What's the Beatle connection to Guinness?
They put out the Brown album. I don't know.
He blew his mind out in a car. It was an heir to Guinness,
Oh, what's
wasn't
the
it?
Guinness? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
There you
here
go.
all week.
What was the Japan question, Rob? Do you remember?
Made me no. Okay, so growing up, there was tons of Japanese like animated shows, and like Ultraman was huge here, I think, and Kimba the White Lion.
Now someone says that figure is Dada from Ultraman.
Okay, yeah, it is. They said it earlier.
But-
I said it was
So
from
that figure
Ultraman.
does Joey have a Dada figure?
All right.
We
So
can send this to Joey if he really likes it. We can
So
send
my-
him a Dada.
my question about there was one called Johnny Sacco and Giant Robot. Do you know that one?
Can't say I do. I've heard of it, but I don't know it. No.
Okay, Astro Boy. I think Astro Boy kind of started in the early '60s, before my time.
I only had Speed Racer. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Speed
Speed Racer.
Racer too.
That was it for me, and I moved
Go
on.
Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting that whole Japan aesthetic where they open their mouths and like they don't actually articulate any of
Yeah,
the sounds.
Marine Boy.
They still do. It's still the same way. I'm watching.
Well, you know what? It helps because it helps it be dubbed around the world easily.
Right. Hey, can I tell you something really sentimental and sweet? My kid, she's
No,
watching
Nick.
this. She loves this one. She watches these things kind of like she'll watch 80 episodes of something and then she'll start over and she'll watch it all again. There's one that's called Hero Academia. You guys heard of this one?
Well,
And
that's a big one. That's a huge.
That's a big one, right? So she's
Yeah.
watched it and she's like, "Dad, you gotta watch this with me. It's so good, you'll love it." And I said, "Okay, how many seasons is it?" She's like, "It's 7 seasons, and each season has 29 episodes or something like this. And I'm like, okay, let's watch it. So I put it on, and I'm like, it's infinite. It never ends, right? And I said, what do you want? Your brothers wants a iPad for Christmas, and you just want a little manga. Like I'll feel bad if I get him a present 10 times the value. So do you want something else besides this thing that you want? She said, I just want you to promise that you'll watch the whole Hero
Oh,
Academia with me.
How old is
That-
she? How old is she?
She's 14 going on,
Uh,
14.
Well,
that's sweet.
here
That's great.
that's an unusual
Right?
thing. That's an unusual thing for
Treasure that.
14-year-olds.
You said something. It's the only reason we should be here. Everything Rob says and the way he talks about things, forget it. Fuck it. That is the most touching thing I've heard in the vinyl community.
I
Ever,
said, oh,
forever.
honey, that's not a present. That's
Can
my
I-
present.
can I-
That's your present to me. Yeah,
That is
Can
a
I tell
great
you
thing.
something, Brian?
I'm listening.
A phenomenon in the U.S. right now is even that Hero Academia is these anime movies get released in the U.S. and do incredibly well at the box office. And this time period, they kill. They do so well.
Right.
So
Different generation.
You guys-
Brian, I had
I'm
it
listening.
harder. My son
What?
sat with me one time and says, Dad, I don't want you to buy me anything expensive. Will you watch every episode of Law and Order, all the versions of it with me?
You see,
SVU.
Joseph said this to you.
Criminal Intent,
That's
Law and Order, all of them. In
Oh,
order.
man.
I
My
said
heart
that.
done.
melted.
I said to my dad once, "No, I don't want a gift. I'd just like you to sit down and watch blah blah blah." And he goes, "No."
I didn't take my son out because he lives in Portland and I live in Seattle. So no, I didn't take him out for his birthday.
I want to share one with you guys.
Thank
if
you
I
for
can find
asking.
it. That's a great story, Mazzy. This one. This is
It's not true, obviously.
I never would buy something like this, but this is a indie band or kind of a J rock band called Radwimps. You ever heard of Radwimps?
That's
No.
a great name.
And this was a soundtrack for one of these movies. It looks like it's a Ghibli movie, but it's not. It's called Kimi no Nawa, Your Name, I think it's called. Does that ring a bell, Rob? Your Name?
No.
Oh,
Like
dude,
my
this is a great
like my dad
fucking
said
movie.
to me.
That rings
This
a
is
bell.
a really, really good movie and a killer soundtrack, and it goes for it's very coveted record, very expensive. And I mean, they've repressed it a few times, but every time it sells out immediately, and then they instantly are being sold for $300. But it's got a real earworm of a tune on it. And Radwimps, they're pretty big. They're pretty big band. It's not something I would normally go for, but my kids liked it and I liked it, and I was like, okay, let's get it. But Radwimps, I read it's the Japanese title is called Kimi no Nawa, Your Name. I don't know what the English title is called, but really great movie. If you loved Ghibli movies, I assume you guys, I mean, one of my all-time
What's
favorite
a
movies.
Ghibli movie? I don't know.
Ghibli is Miyazaki.
Hold on, Mazzy. Those are those like My Neighbor Totoro. It's those. They do well here. I tell you, those do well.
Spirited Away.
But they get nominated for Best Oscar
Yeah,
for
okay.
animated
Yeah.
film.
Joseph's
Right.
into those. Okay, I didn't realize the name.
Spirit. So it's Ghibli is like it means
Disney.
Disney.
It's the Disney of Japan.
It's the Disney of
Got
Japan,
it.
and the guy who's behind the studio is named Miyazaki. He's the
it's
Walt Disney.
and it's really one guy, and he makes. And in fact, I thought maybe about less than 10 years ago, he goes, "I'm done," and then he comes back and makes movies again. It's really
Yeah.
his decision,
Kind
and
of like the stream.
from what I understand, it's really a small operation to make those films. It's not
Very
a lot
small.
of very small, but
And they have
he's the Walt Disney of Japan, basically.
They have a little
Wow.
Disneyland. They have a little Ghibli land. What do they call it? Ghibli Studios. And you can go out there, and they have like a replication of his studio, and it's gorgeous. It's so cool, and you can see all these little machines that he makes the things on, and it's like when you watch the far background going at a slower pace, or how does it work? Like you can see all the layers of the substrates,
The animation cells.
the animation cells, right? And
Yeah.
it's got this little crank, and it's this crazy contraption. It's really, really beautiful, and the camera's on top, and the paints and everything is really, really crazy.
If you go to Disney, at least to the studio, they have setups like that. If you go on a studio tour, you can see that. But here's the interesting thing about Studio Ghibli. demographically here, animated films are really for kids under 8.
Right.
Those Studio Ghibli movies play into the teens because they deal with more mature subject matter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you guys,
So
if you remember Spirited Away, the theme of the movie is this girl. She goes
I
with
did
her
see
parents.
that actually. Yeah.
She has to go with her parents to another town, and she has to
Mhm.
move, and she's changing schools, and they end up finding this sort of abandoned amusement park. And they walk in, and she's like, this place is spooky. Let's not go here. And then her parents are like, oh my god, look, there's a whole buffet of food, and there's nobody here to tend it. Let's have some, and we'll pay later. And she says, no, don't do that. And the parents start eating it, and then suddenly they turn into fucking pigs, and she's like, it's like horror, and it's terrifying. It's
yeah.
animated, of course. And so she starts running, and she ends up in this like suddenly like everything, all these kind of like monsters appear out of nowhere, and it's all this fantastical sort of world that she's left in. And she comes upon this bathhouse, and the bathhouse is run by this kind of mean old lady. And the mean old lady says, I'm the one that's turned your pigs into parents, and if you want them back, you have to work for me. And to work for me, you have to give me your name, and I'm going to take your name, and in the only way that you're going to get your name back is if you work for me. So she ends up working for her, and then she goes through this crazy episode,
well, we don't have to tell the whole story.
I know, no, but I want to explain. There's just one point, and so then in the end, she has to identify her parents among the pigs, and it's the final thing that she has to say, and she says, "Which one of these is among your? Which one of these pigs is your parents?" And she knows, and I'm not going to tell you what happens, but
Oh man, come on!
but hold on,
Don't
hold
leave me
on.
hanging.
But
Jim can tell us.
Well,
Jim
Jim's
can
pig
tell
is
us which
one of
pig
his
is his
parents.
parents.
Listen. So then, and she gets her freedom back in the movie, and it's a great movie. But Ghibli never tells you, like you don't really notice it, but it's never explained to you how she came to know any of this, and like it doesn't make any sense if you stop and think about it. But you're so immersed in the world, you don't even notice that it's like there's a problem to it. But it's not actually a problem. It's baked into like for you to figure out how to do it. And all the movies are like that. They're all have this twist in them that if you stop and think about it, there are these holes all throughout the plots, but they're not really holes. They're like maybe she's gone through a rites of passage. Maybe something's happened to her, and this is one of the really cool things about the movie is that you walk away from them being like, wow, that was a mind fuck. Why did she do that, or why did that happen? Or and there's a couple of them that are like really fucking violent, and there's a couple of them that are
Kind of like this stream in many ways.
It was nice having
true.
you, Harry.
I used to go to a lot of anime film festivals here in Los Angeles.
Me too.
And
Me too.
I stopped going when one of them I went to. Some of them get a little adult, and this one, I'll just tell you the name of it. It was just called Wrong Hole, and that was it for me. I was done with anime. I didn't need to go.
Hold on. I think you were you went to a
Aeon
Spike
Flux?
and Mike's anime festival.
This 30 years ago, anime. No, there's the only dialogue in this animated film was the words at the very end, "Wrong hole," and that was it. I don't need to go see
that. Reminds me of dolphin sex.
Yeah.
If you try to put it in the wrong hole, it goes.
Hey,
right.
Harry, that was a horrible joke, but
that was a good joke. That was
but
much better than
he tells it once every 8 months.
Can I finish talking?
No. Okay.
I went to Sundance one year, and if you've been to Sundance, they used to do a festival at Park City called Slam Dance that competed a little bit. And there was everyone was running to Slam Dance to watch a documentary about a man who liked to have sex with dolphins. Seriously, I'm not joking. Go look it up.
Flipper.
Yeah, faster than lightning. No one
you see.
Do people get like assaulted by dolphins every year? I feel like that's a thing.
No, it is a thing. It is a thing.
Only if you're cute.
Like sexually assaulted.
You know, hold on. This isn't vital leakage, but I like to do a PSA real quick. If you go to an aquatic theme park and part of the thing is allowing you to swim with dolphins, you go at your own risk because they could sexually assault you.
Who wind
Thank
up
you.
pregnant? You could be seriously pregnant. Anyway, yeah, wrong hole. Anyone get this record?
How about Tracy Ullman and The Simpsons on Tracy when it was before The Simpsons were The Simpsons? I remember a cartoon festival I went to where Aeon Flux. I feel like. Do you remember
Yeah,
Aeon Flux?
that was on
So
MTV.
good. It was on
But
MTV, but
if
you
you
had to
go
see
to,
the whole thing. Go
I
ahead.
think it's still a thing. Spike and Mike's
Oh yeah.
animated festival. That's a package of tours every year. You can go see it, and then
What's the deal with Japanese anime with all the tentacles going after the
That's
women?
from a long time ago. That's an old theme from like 300 years ago or
Well,
longer, maybe.
I'm old.
It's like it's
Charade.
it's grotesque curiosity or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's a thing. The guy
They
who
have
started
weird
it,
shit
it was
in
an
Japan.
octopus on a sexual ukiyo-e thing. Ukiyo-e is woodblock printing, and one of the first, I think so, one of the first very famous ones was like an erotic scene with octopuses like
Eddie
pleasuring
knows.
a woman. Yeah.
Eddie knows. He's got all the
Hey,
soundtracks.
Harry, when you were back in your swinging single days,
Yeah.
didn't you used to hear this a lot from the ladies? Get your tentacles off of me.
No, what I heard a lot was
Right. Or wrong hole. No, that was just a animated cartoon that was done with film festivals.
You
What about
know,
Fritz
I
the
I
Cat?
don't know how. I think Jim makes bets with himself before each stream on how many times he can say a certain word.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Jim,
throw
do you
it
know
out.
Can I give a
you butt dialed me like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, I got the 50th anniversary 3-record set of Wish You Were Here. Played it all the way through. I really like it. I love the album anyways.
Wait, does that include that bootleg concert thing?
No, that's the deluxe. I wasn't going to spend the $280 or $50, whatever it was.
I streamed it.
Do you think Sony is man enough to release it separately if people demand it?
I hope they do at some point. Well, isn't it in? No, it's not in the immersion.
It's not.
And the thing is, that's an actual bootleg they cleaned up.
It's surprisingly good. I got a link to.
Is there any way, Matt? I would like to listen to it.
No, I can't.
The powers that be, can I listen to that, please?
Not for me.
Download it.
Yeah. It's surprisingly good, and the story I've been reading up more on Millard. Mike Millard, is that his name?
Yeah,
the bootlegger. It's a fascinating story about the wheelchair. I don't understand how he flipped the tapes, and sometimes there's gaps and stuff, momentary. But how he flipped the tapes, and what they did with this is remarkable. Now it's definitely a bootleg.
Did they use the planjet process?
Well, Stephen Wilson. Stephen Wilson remixed it, and it sounds really good. And I've heard the bootleg before. It sounds much better than the original bootleg. But if the record companies reach out, I mean, this guy has literally thousands, hundreds of tapes of major shows. So if the artists and the labels can come up to some kind of negotiating with the estate, I mean, he can't put them out. I mean, they should pay him, I think, even though they're bootlegs, but they're going to make money off them. He owns them. He can't, release them. But it's remarkably good.
Is he still around?
No, he died like 30 years ago or something.
Did you have anything to do with that?
No, I have nothing. I don't know anything about him, really. But interesting story. There's a guy who was a friend of his, and after he died, he asked his mother about it. Then they waited a while, and finally his mother calls this guy, and the guy comes in and finds hundreds of tapes, and he does transfer them, and he fixes them up, and then he asks, are there more? They find more in a closet, and I think he transferred a lot of them.
Did he die a young man then? He was young?
I guess ish. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know.
Rich, it's not a soundboard recording. It was an audience recording.
He was in a wheelchair with stereo mics hidden in. The guy pushes in a wheelchair. Under the wheelchair is a big recorder. I mean, we're talking one of those Nakamichi 520s. It's not a tiny pocket recorder. We're talking.
What question? I don't know about this guy. Would his life make a good documentary? Is there enough story there?
I don't know the whole history. I'm ignorant about that. But he would go in these. Sometimes he would go to a concert the night before and kind of hear what's about, then go back and do the recording. So he would like to do location scouting in a way. And since he was in the wheelchair, sometimes he got these good positions on the floor. It wasn't off the board. So they are bootleg. And if you're expecting a high-end board recording, you're not going to get that. But I blasted it through. They sent me a link that is coded, and I can't share it. And I played the whole thing and the outtakes, and the part of it that is remixed is only the one section of what's the part 1 and 6 and part 6 to 9 that are separate.
So it's them playing the whole "Wish You Were Here" album
in LA at the LA Forum.
At the LA Forum. What year is this?
But it's not just, it's the whole concert. So there's stuff from Dark Side of the Moon. They play echoes from Metal. It's the whole show.
That Mazzy lost his virginity to, that the entire vinyl community knows about?
Yes. And that's a very long song. Remember that.
Okay.
Talk about vinyl
Carl
leakage.
Perkins 2-minute track. It's a great story, though, isn't it? So.
I like the I like a crowd recording sometimes. Sometimes I might prefer if the audience is really excited to be a part of the show. I just today I saw a reel of when Jerry came back after his diabetic coma, and you hear this crowd just roaring when he gets to the "We will survive," and you just hear the energy of the audience, and I don't know if a soundboard would even sound as good.
Yeah, it's remarkable how good it sounds, but don't expect a perfect record. The strange part was apparently, according to the notes that I read, Pink Floyd never officially recorded any of that tour, which is bizarre when you think about it. 1975, after Dark Side, you think they would record a couple or get tape boards or something. Nothing was recorded. Apparently.
So back when I used to,
apparently there's is it a Wembley? I think there's there's one recording around that time.
This is my D7. This is my D8.
Hey,
these are digital recorders. I used to go to shows.
They were your dialysis machines.
And I had a set of what they called core sound mics. This was the battery pack for it. But I could put those microphones on my glasses, put this in my pocket, and you could sit there and record an entire show on a DAT tape.
So how many shows did you do that?
A lot. I have a lot of tapes downstairs.
Have you digitized them?
Yeah, a lot of them I put to CD for my own use.
Can you tell your wife when you pass to call me, and we'll hook up the tape things with the labels?
But there was, if you're into bootlegs, there's a company called Gems, Jems. Gems was out of the Northwest. It was literally out of Tacoma, Washington. I'm not at liberty to say who they are, but I know all of them. They did some of the best bootlegs for decades out there.
What are the most of your bootlegs? You recorded a lot of shows. What band is the most? Who have you recorded the most?
Probably people you've never heard of. There's a guy named Dan Byrne. I followed his tour from San Diego all the way to Vancouver, BC.
Is that the guy that sleeps on your couch?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
He was just at the Tractor last week. I recorded every show on the West Coast tour. I did an audience recording, I did a soundboard, and I did a video. And he allowed it. He allowed it. He didn't care. So yeah,
Harry, do you know Greg Brown? Is anybody a Greg Brown fan?
No, I know the name, but
I only recorded one live show, and I have it somewhere. I can't find it. I recorded a '74 George Harrison at the Cow Palace show with a tape recorder, and I played it for a long time in my car. I have it somewhere. I can't find it by the life of me. That's when his voice was gone, But it was the first time I ever saw a Beatle, so I recorded that one.
I recorded Zappa at the Universal Amphitheater, and then Frank released it, and it was better than mine.
We recorded Springsteen at the MGM Grand using receivers for the in-ear monitors. And there was 3 different groups of people. We had each frequency that the band was using, and then later sent all those tapes to Gems, and they mixed them all and came out with a really good almost a
Wow.
soundboard recording of the MGM Grand Show. My
Why-
wife recorded the sound check from the ladies' room because it was just radio. You know, she could just. And the nice thing about using that was you could talk. You know, when you're recording a show, you got to be quiet.
Right.
But using that receiver to get the in-ear monitor signal, you could sit there and talk and cheer and yell and everything, and you still got a great recording.
Wow.
My cousin just played with Springsteen. He plays everything, but I think he played sousaphone or he played trombone. I forget what he played on stage with him. But he said in his in-ear mic that he heard Bruce on a vocal only channel. I need more trombone in my ears. And my cousin said he was so fucking happy. I was really happy for him.
You can make
Harry
me
says
small
that a
now.
lot too. He needs some more bone in his ears.
Yeah, if you listen to one of Harry's recordings, he says that. Man, I got a boner.
I got one soundboard recording, and that was Los Lobos at Bumper Shoot.
Oh,
I
man.
contacted them ahead of the show and
Nice.
asked if I could tap into the soundboard, and they said, "Sure, just bring your own gear, your own cables."
Did you record dead shows ever, Jim? Or did anybody
I did.
record dead
I
shows?
did the
never-
others. I did
I
one
never
show. I got
recorded
a
any
taper
dead shows.
ticket, and I was in the taper section.
So
I
how
had
did
friends
the
with hundreds of tapes. I didn't need to.
how did those guys plug it? How did that plugging in situation go? Because you always hear about
Well, you don't necessarily in the taper section. You're not doing soundboard. You're doing audience, but these
Audience.
guys come with massive setups. I mean,
And
you
there
know,
was section.
dollar setups.
There was section
I just had-
turned off.
All I had was this little thing and my little Corsound mics. You know,
Could you not see them on your glasses? Were they little? I mean, when you say they were on your
they're
glasses,
very
were they-
tiny. They're the size of a.
I can imagine. Yeah,
I don't know. They're like
a
that
little
big.
lapel mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then one time we were in the Moore Theater with a friend of mine and my wife, and my wife had everything set up because she had her hair. She just had them behind her hair. We were in the first row of the Moore Theater, and for whatever reason, one of the security guys walks by and he just stops right in front of us and says, "Are you recording?" And all three of us at the same time go, "No." So, and then
Oh,
the guy
thank
just walked
God.
away.
Hey, I shared a link to the YouTube channel that has a lot of this dude's recordings, so you can go there.
The wheelchair guy.
Yes. And
I wanna check
apparently,
that
the
out.
rumor that he had sex with a dolphin is not true.
But I've recorded U2. I've recorded the Stones.
Wow.
McCartney one time.
What's the best quality one you did?
I've done some really nice Crosby, David Crosby, when he was touring with CPR.
Hmm.
I had an email for David, and I asked him, I said, "Do you care if I record the show?" He wrote back and said, "I don't care, but the house might care, so keep your dat in the hat." So that was
Wow.
kind of cool. And then I tried to record that Dan Byrne guy at Slim's in San Francisco, and they came up and said I could record the show, but I had to pay a $200 house fee. So I didn't record it.
You know who co-owned that club? That's
Yeah.
Vaughn Skaggs' club, or was.
And I recorded him at Freight and Sound. I've got a lot of good Dan Byrne shows.
I like Freight and Sound. Have you been to the new Freight and Sound? The new-ish? It's been 15 years. It's
No.
really good. I
And
know
in
the
San
sound
Francisco?
guy. Yeah, it's Berkeley.
Oh, so it's not Frisco?
No, it's not in Frisco.
Don't call it Frisco, man.
I call it Frisco. Whatever. You're not supposed to.
Hey, Brian, do people get upset when you go, "Hey, I'm going to Toke, man"?
It's the big toke. It's the big
It
toke.
is?
It's one toke over the line, sweet Jesus.
Hey, here's a good question for you, Brian.
Okay.
What English phrase do most Japanese people say?
Oh,
Like
they say, and you? Hi. Hello,
Konnichiwa.
how are you? Or no, wait, I'm fine, thank you. And you? That's the one. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Well,
I'm
they
fine, thank you.
not
And
what
you?
that, but they only say that when they know you speak English.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is there a phrase in Japan that people just say naturally in English? Okay, or
Bouquet is
You know, a lot of these recordings, I don't know about
hey,
probably not.
Mazzy, we're having a conversation. Calm down.
Everywhere I went, they kept asking me if I was high. They'd say, hi, hi.
Oh, bouquet, but bouquet. You guys know bouquet. I always hear this word mispronounced in English. That people call it boca or boca, but it's bouquet, and that's the effect where everything that's outside of the plane of focus is all soft and bouquet. It's all
Well,
it mean.
I
Yeah,
know like American stuff is available in Japan, like McDonald's.
yeah.
So everyone goes. Would I assume they would call it by the name that it's called here, right?
They call it Mac. They don't call it McDonald's. They
Kentucky
call it
Fried
Mac.
Chicken is big there.
Yeah, Mac. Let's go to Mac, and they have like what's what? I'm just drawing a blank here. Fried potato. They don't say French fries. They say fried potato, and French
Pe-
fries is like
what is
not a thing.
pizza? What is pizza?
Pizza is pizza.
You know how they say
So-
record collector news? They say record collector news.
No, they
Jim,
say
you
like
should send some
they
record
go
collector
what?
news. I can find you some spots for it to go. There'd be
You
some
know,
people who would be
Disc Union
interested.
used to bring them over. It just got too expensive. I
Right.
used to get Disc Union a couple of bundles.
Brian,
Hey,
have you ever been to Banana Records?
Yeah, Banana,
That's
the
a
old
good store.
place. Yeah. Did you? You went to Saita? Did you go to? Which one did you go to?
Kobe.
There's two, Kobe. Okay, there's 2 or 3. Yeah.
It's not any
The-
connection to the California chain in the 70s, Banana Records, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Hey, here, hold on. Occasionally, I have to go. Fluffy, what goes on in your mind? Subway is garbage food.
That's vinyl leakage.
Yeah,
It's-
if you want
it-
a good sub, go to Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Subway. It's processed cat or something. The meat is mystery to me.
Some people mentioned. I wasn't paying attention to the comments, but I scrolled back and I saw a handful of people say, "I know Greg Brown. I know Dan Byrne. I know Greg Brown." The reason I ask if you know Greg Brown is because I think they're both like legendary songwriter dudes who never really maybe got their dues. Greg Brown, if you never heard the name Greg Brown, consider yourself lucky. This is a great American treasure. Somebody who just like, I don't know, nobody paid attention to him, but he's one of the greatest songwriters of all time. American
Dan Byrne
folk
did
legend.
songs for Get 'Em to the Greek. He did half the songs in the Dewey Cox story, Walk Hard. I mean, he's written a lot of stuff, but nobody knows who he is.
I think Greg Brown is like a J.J. Cale or a Leon Russell. Like they don't like nobody. Everybody, all music. He's a songwriter who just never got. He just got looked over. Greg Brown's great
Leon
artist,
Russell had
amazing voice.
Leon Russell had a few big years in his own right. I mean,
He
definitely.
did. Yeah.
J.J. Cale was more above.
Well, did Leon Russell have his own hit song?
Yeah,
he wrote
did.
hit songs, but did he
Leon's
have his
got
own?
hits.
Yeah, he had his own hit songs too.
Yeah.
Tightrope.
Yeah, I know Tightrope.
Masquerade. Yeah. And of course, Song for You, which is
but that was a bigger hit for other people.
Yeah, Rita Coolidge
yeah.
did Superstar, the Carpenters.
Stranger in a Strange Land.
I'm sure he could have just lived
Delta
off of
Lady. Delta Lady was kind of big. Yeah. He was big for like a few years in the 70s, definitely.
If you haven't seen his Hall of Fame induction Elton inducts him, incredible. I think it's the best one that I've ever seen. And then he does a duet with John Mayer and my opinion of John Mayer completely changed after I saw.
Well, I mean, I've always had a high opinion of him because when iTunes launched, they launched it with this thing you could only get on iTunes called As Is. They were concerts that they did not edit in any way. They didn't edit them audio quality wise or anything. They were straight recordings. And they put out about 5 or 6 John Mayer concerts as is. And it showed you how awesome of a guitar player he is in concert. He wasn't like this poppy kind of guy. This was, how old is iTunes? It was a long time ago. Right. And if you can go look those up, they are great concerts. Great.
Oh, I got a bit of I'm sorry. I just saw a post. I don't know if anyone saw this yet. Melinda Murphy just posted something 45 minutes ago. Just a quick update on my channel. I was recently involved in a fairly serious car accident and have a bit of healing and recovery to do. So I won't be posting videos for a little while. Nothing life-threatening, but hard to move around and do too much at this point. Hopefully I can recover quickly and be back to making videos soon. We'll miss you and your comments. So our hearts go out and are, good vibes sent to Melinda Murphy. Seriously.
Yeah, if anyone, I'll say this right now. If anyone deserves some nice words from people, it's her.
Yeah.
So, except I don't think Fremer will send
The
her.
best thing about following her journey, I think her and I started within the same year apart.
Don't you compare yourself
Wow.
to Melinda Murphy.
I'm not talking about Mazzy derangement syndrome, please. No, Melinda Murphy, it's great following her path, and she's a sweetheart, her and her husband, and I wish her the best. I hope she's okay. I mean, obviously she is okay. She posted so. And the other person I do want to shout out about, I did hear back. Our friend Digital Gramophone went through surgery on Friday, cancer surgery. I won't get into the details, but apparently it went well. They didn't have to put a breathing tube, but it was kind of a serious operation. And his brother reached out to me, told me things went well. They won't know anything more for 4 to 6 weeks. But then the next day, John did text me a few things with his kind of wry sense of humor. So our best to John, Digital Gramophone in North Carolina as well. So any time of year, we love these people. But John,
you gotta say Dr. Robert's wife too if you're going for it.
Pardon me?
Dr. Robert's wife too if you're going.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
That goes without saying.
And not asking for a friend. If you've been a victim of Mazzy's anal leakage, please let us know and we'll send them.
That was vinyl leakage.
Yeah, Susan, Dr. Robert's wife, we wish her the best. I know that's been a long haul. They've been back and forth for the last year plus, it seems like, in Germany. So, Doc, if you're watching this at any point, we wish you both well, and we miss you. So,
I just sent a message to Melinda. So, Melinda, if you're watching, I know this can't help you recover the stream. In fact, makes most people violently react physically.
Yeah.
This is sort of like the YouTube version of the Novo virus.
Symptoms of this stream are having sex with dolphins and a vinyl leakage.
Why did the pony take a throat lozenge?
I give up.
Yeah, please.
He was a little hoarse.
Melinda, I just got a text back from Melinda saying that joke hurt her spine.
And I want to wish you all a happy Hanukkah. We're day 3 of Hanukkah. So,
hey, someone sent a clip out
in Japan.
Someone sent a clip out that I don't know how I got it, and I sent it to Roger, Tortoise Rider, of a Grateful Dead drag cover band.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, they're good. No, Grateful Drag, I think they're called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Roger a Grateful Dead fan?
Yeah. Grateful.
I told you my neighbor was in Nudist Priest. They performed 3 times.
The best. One of the questions on this vinyl tag. I'm going to do it between.
Oh, would you stop crowbarring in this vinyl tag?
I'm not a fan of those questions.
I'm going to do it. What?
I'm not a fan of those questions.
Okay, well, don't do it.
They're kind of generic.
Get creative with how.
Actually, I think they're better than they have been in a while. I think there's some good questions in there. Anyway, there are some generic ones because you can't get too complicated. Anyway, I'm going to do it between Christmas and New Year's. But they talk about the best concert you saw this year, live show. And I kept thinking of Dream Syndicate and Nick Cave would be 2. But I think the most outrageous, unexpected show that Todd and Amanda dragged me to around my birthday, a little after my birthday, was Mac Sabbath, where it's a Black Sabbath cover band where they're all dressed like Ronald McDonald and McDonald's characters. It's hilarious. It was so good.
I thought it was going to be a mashup of Black Sabbath and Fleetwood Mac.
No, it's Mac Sabbath, and it's
Dred Zeppelin was
the Aussie guy. The Aussie guy is Ronald McDonald in full makeup and costume in the front. So it's really funny, and he's like squirting the ketchup and mustard plastic things in the audience with water, but not. It's fun.
Why don't we
Well,
try to put
the ones
together
I
a
know,
Judas Priest cover band?
like Dred Zeppelin, Elvis.
Yeah,
I've seen Elvis.
Les
Yeah.
Zeppelin is good too.
A lot
The
of
women
fun.
Les Zeppelin is good too. They
Dred
don't.
Zeppelin had a record store up in Montrose for a little while.
If you want to know about Mac Sabbath, there is a video online where Ozzy's son brings Ozzy to this warehouse studio rehearsal space in somewhere in Los Angeles, and the curtain opens, and for the first time he sees Mac Sabbath perform with Ozzy in the audience, and it's great.
That'd be cool.
Seek that out.
Judas Priest was better than Mac Sabbath, though.
I don't know enough of their songs to make a difference.
Doesn't matter. The band was nude, and not one of them was attractive enough to be nude.
Well, that's like the Folsom Street Parade in San Francisco. There are certain people who wear chaps that shouldn't wear chaps. That's all I'll say.
Well, I used to work with some coders, some programmers, and my friend's axiom was everything's fucked up and everything not covered by that's fucked up too. My axiom was, and this is 1991, and it's terrible. Mine was spandex is a privilege, not a right. That was Jim's axiom.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So why do you wear spandex all the time, Jim?
I don't. It's a privilege. Not since I was 29. Not since I gave up cocaine and weighed 119.
What were you doing in spandex even at that time?
I never wore spandex. Showing off my ball. No, I didn't really.
I didn't really. In the 90s, I think it was in the 90s or the 2000s, at Slim's, you talk about the Club Slim's, I saw Eric Burton, and he had the New Animals or Little Animals, like younger band, and he was great, but he's a short, kind of little stocky, but not.
Hey, enough.
And he was wearing spandex, and it was the worst time in his life to wear spandex. But he sounded fucking great. He has great voice.
The one time
I had a job where I sold ads to.
Gone.
I sold ads to massage ladies, and they would place an ad in the healing massage and in the sexual massage. Same person, and the photos were lies. Those were not current photos. It's terrible. And sometimes someone would walk in to place an ad, and I would think, spandex, you shouldn't necessarily just be able to crawl into it.
That's when they're wearing spandex, you do that when they bend over.
Right.
Yeah.
You're really into holes and things and prodding on this stream today, Harry.
Yes.
I think
you started it, Mazzy, with your whole fucking Tampa bullshit this morning. Or whenever for my morning. That was something that was different. That was a different show. No, there was a lot of prodding going on in that stream as well.
Yeah.
A lot of prodding.
Yeah.
Brian, I think what you're going to have is because I've had that esophageal.
I'm having that one.
Yes,
they basically like my I have to fork out $100, which my employer will pay me back, and that one's included in the thing, the esophagus one. But they said, do you want it from the other side too? And I said, is that included in the thing? And they said no, but for like an extra $50 you can do that one too, and you can get
I think they're going to send you to the parking garage for that.
No, there's a guy in MacArthur Park. There's a 78 Econoline van. It's brown, no windows, and they pay you.
Brian. Anal always
you guys. I need a little vote. I need a little.
Hold on, Brian.
Moral
Brian,
support here. I'm a little tiny bit nervous. I think
Brian, you have,
but I have no idea what to expect really, and I hate going to these things. I fucking hate
Brian, you have a primary care physician, right?
Dude, I'm like I like barbers. I just like go to anyone that.
No.
Like
but you should. I mean, as someone who has.
I don't go to a barber.
hold on.
I
Does
neither do
someone
I.
have,
That's the thing. I hate going.
I,
can
as a
I get a word?
doctor knows.
Let everyone
Go,
take a
Rob.
deep breath. Everyone take a deep breath. As someone who has had cancer or whatever, I have a primary care physician who knows my history, and he makes the decisions on what he thinks I should have done. So it seems like when you're at the checkout line at the grocery store, oh, do you want to add this on for $50? Seems to be a weird way to decide to have a medical procedure.
Well, here I'll show you what they.
You know
I
what?
mean, I got it right here. They
Well, I
have
don't need
like
to see the break. I don't
One of the
need.
best-
They're HIPAA laws, man.
Rob,
No, but
Rob,
I mean,
I already said it. Anal costs $50 extra.
Yeah.
One of the best things about the ACA, or what the right calls Obamacare, whatever, is when they gave colonoscopies were free and included preventative health. That and pre-existing conditions they can't dump you for. And all these people that argue against it, those were the two of the best things for that.
But I'm not even. I'm talking about everything that has to do with your health.
You should have a primary doctor.
You should have a doctor.
I have a guy that I go to regularly, but sometimes if I don't want to go to his place, I go to a different place.
He's the guy who says to you, "Cough, bend over and cough."
Look, no hands.
You get health care? Like, do you pay for health care, or is it included?
His hands are on your shoulders. That's bad.
No, in Japan, I mean, I pay for it, and it comes out of my paycheck, and if I paid a little bit closer attention to it, but it's not prohibitively expensive. And I hear, sometimes the cost of my friends back. What do you got? I mean, it's like $800 a month, $500 a month, $1,000. It could be a lot more. What do you guys pay? Do you know what you pay?
Well,
for health insurance?
before I hit 65, I was self-employed. By the time, just before, my last payment for me alone was $1,100 a month.
My wife,
crazy.
My wife this year was paying around $80 a month, and because of the slight changes that are happening to the
ACA,
it's going to be $350 a month starting next month.
Ouch.
So it's going from 80 to 350.
That's still cheap, but it is. Yeah, but a lot of people are going to be paying over $1,000.
And I think her boss is paying anyway. Whatever.
Hey, Jim,
I would pay $99 because I have the Part D or the part whatever it's called.
But I just use the MacArthur Park 40 Econoline van for most of my health, and it does include anal, which is 50. They pay me the 50.
Right.
Jim affectionately calls those things rape vans.
That's right.
Well,
so they have like here's the thing. Here's what I don't exactly know what I'm looking at here, but it tells you that it's $100 to get the thing. And
have an endoscopy. I've had one.
If you want the extra stuff, a couple extras, and then you got the a la carte menu here. And if you're a woman stuff, you get I don't know if this is included in it or if you want these extra, but if you want a mammogram,
pink for women,
that's
blue
$27. Or $27 If you want a liver thing or a lung thing, it's an extra $16.
For preventative health care and things like that. It's better to offer it for free or cheap because it helps in the long run on the back end of paying for when you're sick. So
Brian, how much is it?
Nothing on this a la carte menu is over $60.
How much is it to add on the salad bar?
Correct, man.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Can you get butter or margarine?
Yeah, good question.
That was just a lame repeat.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. It wasn't better. It wasn't better or worse than the salad bar. I thought that was pretty good.
But butter's a little greasy,
Hey, Brian, can you add on the wax, the undercoating too?
Undercoating
I had
wax?
McDonald's when I was in Tokyo, and it was exactly the same except for the French fries because it's the oil they cook them in. I think.
Okay, interesting.
It just didn't have the same flavor.
Okay.
It wasn't whale oil, was it?
We actually lost 20 people when Brian pulled out the menu.
This stream is reminding me of the first time very first time I had sex, I was fucking terrified, man.
And Harry's supposed to say I was by myself.
Were
All right.
you all
Well,
alone?
I appreciate everyone coming by. We made it through successfully without Harry storming off, or even Brian storming off. I think Brian was a big stormer offer.
I
Before.
never
I'm
stormed
out.
off
That's it.
anything. Hey, wait a second. I never stormed off.
I
I'll
want to
stay
thank
and
you for the
fight. So, yeah.
generosity of Brian sending out the nice holiday notes to people on a typewriter. Very, very, very nice.
What?
No, Jim, you have one headed your way. Yeah, the Tokyo
Oh
Records
wow,
stickers.
that's
Yeah.
You
embarrassing.
need a hat. You need
That's
a hat with
fucking
that on it.
embarrassing.
All right. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely
All right.
day. We'll see you on
See you
Thursday.
guys.
Wow.
That's
Thanks for
right,
having me
Rick.
on.
Goodbye, everybody.
Later.
Pax Vobiscum. Merry holidays.
Bye.